Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have you more PlayStation 5 Slim news in regards to even bigger PlayStation 5 price cuts. We're having more of a nationwide and global-wide actual cut too as well when it comes to prices. We have a lot of really big news when it comes to other various big games coming out, some more petitions and everything else in between. We have some kind of cool stuff to go and cover all throughout this video. And all around, I'd probably say pretty good news. All this is pretty much also pointing once again towards like a PlayStation 5 Slim and, well, just good upgrades as well for the future of the console generation. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. We do have the brand new Samsung promotion link down below, a little hashtag ad for it because we are affiliated with the Samsung brand. But if you guys want to go check that out, link down below for your pre-orders. You get $50 in credit. We do like just a lot of cool stuff when it comes to this one for the upcoming event. That is all be linked down below. Of course, the Amazon, Twitch, and all that good stuff too as well. And let's dive into some, well, really cool, good news. So it'll be like a little a quick recap at the very start in case you guys missed some of it, but it all kind of pretty much leads towards the next big major step. Where if you guys missed it, we actually did go cover up the news for some PlayStation 5 consoles where we're actually getting even more and bigger price cuts throughout the entire world. Now, as you guys do or do not know, we've had the Amazon links down below for the PlayStation 5 bundles, which is a $500 basically God of War, Ragnarok, and PlayStation 5 Disc Edition bundle, which essentially is still the same console at the same $500 price point, but as well if you include the God of War Ragnarok, which is a $60, $70 game, it's in theory on sale. Now, we don't have the actual normal console at like, say, $450 or something like that as of yet, but we do want to note that we have been seeing it at least on the cheaper side. But one thing to note is that we've also been noticing that there's actually been a few other various locations that are now hitting on a cheaper price point. We actually noticed of this too as well. We made a video on this where Reset Terra actually had a PlayStation 5 in really big general stores, like think of the equivalent of like a Walmart or a Target, etc. And they were basically up on sale from July 1st to July 15th, at least in various regions such as Spain. Now, at the time of us reporting on this news, we didn't see any other various locations having like stock cheaper, but I did go and say, based on the prior like things of what happened, it probably wouldn't end up happening. We probably were expecting like the price points to go a little bit cheaper over time and just do better over time or whatever it might be. So yeah, that's kind of a big thing to note. But what we've kind of noticed over here too is that we're now seeing even more consoles getting even cheaper. And it's kind of a combination, too, of post the PlayStation 5 Slim, as well as just a general price cut. So let's go to the price cut thing first and foremost, because it's right now, PS5 right after. So basically, the PS5 consoles discounted are now across the entirety of Europe, leading to speculations of this new upcoming PlayStation 5 Slim model, which once again, kind of makes sense. Let's go and say you want to go and basically the rumor right now, nothing has been confirmed. Maybe this fall, people keep on saying September. It might go a little bit later because it hasn't been announced yet. We'll have to see. But right now, with the price points getting cut, a lot of folks are assuming and also Microsoft themselves, are assuming it might be a $400 pretty much pure PlayStation 5 Digital Edition console. And they're trying their best to go and segue into that because it just makes more sense. Right, because you don't have to worry about the extra disc edition, and then also disc itself also does cost extra money. In theory, also for Sony, you may not even want to go have as many disc editions too, because the disc may cost extra money. If you can sell a digital game for $69.99, so you have to worry about servers and hosting and all that, which you'd probably have to download a game day one anyway. You know, a lot of these games have like day one updates, or let's say you buy it 6 months later, there's usually more patches, etc., etc. That's good. That's nice. We get to go and see more additional things. Part two of that, though, is that they also don't have to spend money on the in-office space. So think like Walmart or Target, you don't have to worry about actually physically having the disc editions or the cases or the rulebooks. I like that. I usually typically like the disc myself. I think it makes life better. I like it. But one of the bigger things out there is that maybe a company doesn't. Like if you just want people going digital instead, you could save an extra, let's say $5. I'm not sure the exact cost for it, but let's say $5. And then you also don't have to worry about overly making games. And you have like 50 of them sitting in a Walmart store, etc., and it may be a little bit better. But also makes sense, the price points. Basically, the PS5 consoles have been being discounted. So they've been discounted all throughout Europe, leading to speculations, as I was kind of talking about, that the PS5 Slim would then also go and just take over with that detachable disc drive. They also say will indeed launch in 2023. The revised model has been rumored for a while, but we still have not had confirmation from Sony. So over on Reset Terra, which I even want to talk to you guys before too as well, so we kind of showed up these threads, etc., there has been a lot more of these all coming out these past few days, especially as I showed you guys of the Spain one, saying Saul on an online store here in Portugal, this promotion. And on the PSOT, I seen being shared of the same offer happening at least also in Spain and Italy. So that's what we're just kind of showing you guys over here too as well, where we're seeing other stuff like this with the consoles going on sale in Spain. As you can see some other links too as well, where they have these nice normal consoles all on this cheaper Euro price point. Now, we still have not seen the American console go cheaper. I'm a little bit sad about that. I'll be fully honest with you guys. I'm definitely a little bit sad. But one big thing to note, if they want to go and clear out the inventory and basically try to go turn out as many consoles as they can right now, that makes sense for them to want to go and open up this stuff, get as many people in the ecosystem, and then release out their consoles. So basically two big things to know. Number one is on the PlayStation 5 Digital New Edition, so like the new Slim, that makes sense. You don't want to have like a whole big inventory of older consoles. The Switch to the same exact thing. It's kind of a big duh. But basically the Switch to the same exact thing where they had their old original consoles, and then they still had the Lite, and they still had the new OLED. But at a certain point, they just basically were like, we're not making this old Switch anymore. It's outdated. It's not worth it for us. We already have the production lined up for the OLED. We have the parts with the supplies. We're just going to go full throttle into the OLED instead. And that's, I think, what probably Sony might be planning on doing. They might be trying to go back, liquidate as much stock as they have just sitting around. And after that's all pretty much liquidated, go and say, okay, cool. Let's just go gung-ho on our PlayStation 5 Slim. And that'll be the new default console. Because you don't, in theory, you may not even want to have the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition. It's considered older at this point, and it might be rough. Although I do want to say, from all the rumors and everything else, it does not seem like we have to worry about the specs. I think the specs are going to be pretty much the same. The outside look will be probably around a little bit more slimmer, PS5 Slim, duh. But as well, it is also going to probably just be maybe, I don't know, like it's probably be on the same exact specs. A PlayStation 5 Pro, though, might definitely be a little bit on the slightly more different side because a PlayStation 5 Pro may cost more money, etc., etc. But it also would maybe make more sense. And they want to have the rumored $400 PlayStation 5 new Slim, maybe like a $50 disc drive. They could maybe go and update the price like a $550 or $600 for the PlayStation 5 Pro, depending on how much better like the CPU, GPU, and all that might actually end up being. So it's really cool to see this because the price point's going down. That's a good sign. It still doesn't happen in America, but like I said, the bundles might have actually also, it kind of counts. Like you're still getting a good additional deal compared to when you first bought your PlayStation maybe 2 or 3 years ago, depending on when you guys went and did. So I want to hear your thoughts because we're seeing a lot more of this type of stuff. Like we're seeing people getting all these price points, everything else going cheaper. Like here's a good example too as well. Here's an offer for the UK store, which is $60, but it's also in line with these other third-party retailers. So we're seeing stuff with like these FIFA bundles, Call of Duty bundles, and God of War Ragnarok bundles too as well. So like we're seeing stuff, we're seeing deals. It's kind of cool. It's only for a limited time offer though too as well. But like I said, we're seeing stuff over here in France. They're doing stuff in other various regions, and Sony's just trying to get as many sales as they possibly can. So very intriguing. I think the PlayStation 5 Slim is definitely, I don't want to say confirmed, but it pretty much is by many different sources. But it also adds once again a really, really big piece of like, hey, let's liquidate out stock. Let's get new stuff. Let's pumping and rolling. So give me your thoughts and comments on that. Some interesting stuff too as well is that we actually have some more crazy petitions going on. It's been a day of petitions for Spider-Man fans trying to go remake PlayStation 1 game for the PS5. So a lot of folks are getting hyped up, obviously, the brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 game coming out in the very near future on October 20th. But a lot of folks are also once again making petitions to remake the Spider-Man 2000 game and Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. These games are very old, almost older than me. They're pretty much OG games, but back in the PlayStation 1, they were all around pretty good and pretty solid. And as well, a lot of these fans are like, yeah, this is some good stuff. This is some dope stuff. Let's go make some good petitions pop on off, and let's try to make these games happen. So over on change.org, they're not making fun of Starfield, at least in this one. Tyler Wheaton has kickstarted the petition to bring back the classic Spider-Man PS1 games to PS4 and PS5. Probably only be on PS5, especially if they're making it now. I'm not very sure it's going to work out. With over 500 signatures as of the time of writing. And, well, it's kind of funny because it's probably not going to go anywhere. I mean, if they have it in the works, it's either already been being made or something else in between. But it's kind of crazy just to see that nonetheless. But in the same actually conversation over here for Insomnia Games, let's get symbiotic. We're thrilled to announce that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. Catch our panel, Symbiotic Relationships, featuring Insomniacs and actors from the game and Hall H. So it does confirm that Insomniac will be out in public, and also we'll be bringing up just like games. We're gonna have a chance to go talk about more different types of games and bring up new different type of stuff, maybe more information on the Spider-Man game. Last but not least, Resident Evil devs are actually apparently maybe considering making brand new games. Instead of just doing on the pure, like, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, they might actually be trying to go do a few more spin-off games and remakes, and even maybe try to remake some of the older spin-off games too as well. It's all kind of coming over here from the Capcom general shareholder meetings too, where the company fielded all sorts of questions from investors. One shareholder asked if Capcom would be providing high-end visual remakes of only the main number games or side stuff too, and it does seem like they're also okay with doing side stuff, so kind of cool stuff with that. So make sure you guys are following up on Twitter, subscribe if you guys are new, definitely go check out the Samsung event, all linked down below for the brand new flip side, and of course, give me your thoughts and comments on all this crazy cool stuff, especially when it comes to the Slim and everything else. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more brand new videos.